In this example, we're going to find the inverse function of a rational function. The function we're given here is a function f defined by f of x equals 5x over the quantity 3x plus 4. We're told that it's 1 to 1, and then we're asked to find f inverse of x. So to start, this original function, if we write using x and y, is going to be defined by y equals, and then we've got 5x over this quantity 3x plus 4. So for the inverse function, the role of x and y is going to switch. So for our inverse function, the relationship between x and y will now be x equals 5y over 3y plus 4. And all we essentially did there is change where x and y fall in that original equation. So now we want this inverse to be written with y as a function of x, so we'll solve for y. And as we do that, take that original equation. We've got x equals 5y over 3y plus 4. And what we're going to do then is multiply each side by the lowest common denominator, which in this case is 3y plus 4. And we need to solve this for y. So we'll distribute on that left-hand side, and we'll get 3xy plus 4x, and that'll equal 5y. Now as we look at this equation, we need to solve it for y, and we can see that we have 5y on the right-hand side and 3xy on the left-hand side. So what we need to do is get every term containing y on one side of that equation, and then every term not containing y on the other side. So to do that, I'm going to subtract 3xy from each side, and that'll leave me with 4x equal to 5y minus 3xy. Now that every term containing y is on one side, I can factor out that y on the right-hand side, and I'll be left with y times the quantity 5 minus 3x. And my left-hand side's then just going to stay 4x. So at this point, all I have left to do to solve for y is to divide each side then by that 5 minus 3x. So this left-hand side, I'll have 4x over 5 minus 3x. And on the right-hand side, I'll divide in the same way. 5 minus 3x, divide out. So what we're left with then is that 4x over the quantity 5 minus 3x is equal to y. And as we define then that inverse function, we'll write it using function notation. And so our inverse function, we write f inverse of x is equal to 4x over the quantity 5 minus 3x.